probably have a legal obligation, Mr. Attorney, to report corruption. But they don't think it's corrupt when a son that made no money, that got thrown out of the military, that had no money at all, is working for $3 million up front, $83,000 a month, and that's only Ukraine. Then goes to China, picks up $1.5 billion. Then goes to Romania, I hear, and many other countries. They think that's okay. Because if it is Ivanka in the audience? Is Ivanka here? Boy, my kids could make a fortune. They could make a fortune. It's corrupt. But it's not even that. It's just general corruption.
There's the general hypocrisy of the Republican Party and Trump, but when he brings up his kids as these beacons of virtue and honesty, it's almost like he's trying to troll us. Now, to be clear about what's happening here, Trump is actually claiming that his kids could make a fortune as if they're not already making a fortune. Now, this is the president taking a victory lap over the end of the Senate impeachment trial by, and I'm not even kidding here, continuing to promote the exact same conspiracy theory that got him impeached in the first place. The guy is still attacking Hunter Biden with baseless accusations after he spent the last several months mired in an impeachment that led the majority of Americans to say that he should be removed from office. The majority of this country doesn't even think he should be president anymore because of the whole scheme predicated on this Hunter Biden conspiracy, and his response on the day that it's all over is to promote the exact same Hunter Biden conspiracy. Because if there's one thing we all know about Donald Trump, it's that he definitely learns from his mistakes. Now, to be clear, the issue that Trump's yet again trying to promote is that Joe and Hunter Biden broke the law in Ukraine. So let's look at Hunter's time at Burisma. When Joe Biden called for the ouster of the corrupt Ukrainian prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, he wasn't doing so to protect his son, he was backing a priority of the entire West, of the US government, the EU, the IMF, anti-corruption advocates in Ukraine, and even Senate Republicans, some of whom are still serving today. Even so, Shokin was not investigating Burisma, so it's not like there was any ongoing investigation that would end with his ouster. And in fact, a new prosecutor would actually increase the likelihood of scrutiny on Burisma. But most importantly, the alleged corruption that took place at Burisma that's at the heart of all of this took place before Hunter Biden even joined the board in 2014. Now, it's possible that Hunter got the job because of his last name, but last I checked, it's not a crime to lean on your last name for a job. If it was, we'd probably have a field day with Andrew Giuliani, the White House sports liaison, who currently makes $95,000 a year in taxpayer dollars, or Ivanka Trump, the advisor to the President of the United States, a job that she was clearly qualified for given her background in handbags. Trump then jumps to Hunter Biden getting $1.5 billion from China. And you might not believe this, but that's not accurate either. Hunter joined the board of Chinese fund BHR in 2013. In 2014, the fund sought to raise $1.5 billion in capital. Again, this wasn't a $1.5 billion check into Hunter's bank account. He was working on behalf of an investment firm to raise capital. Hunter did ultimately take a 10% stake in the fund in 2017. In other words, not only did Hunter receive zero compensation as a board member, not only has he received no return on his investment since becoming an investor, but let's think long and hard about who the president was in 2017. So if you're Donald Trump and you're trying to make the argument that Hunter used nepotism to supposedly enrich himself in China, maybe, just maybe, you might want to make sure his dad was actually still vice president first. Of course, these conspiracy theories were never meant to be legitimate, they were just meant to smear someone who Trump views as his top political opponent. The only problem, aside from their glaring inaccuracy, is that Trump doesn't exactly have a leg to stand on when it comes to nepotism, which is why calling out Ivanka, of all people, was a really dumb move. Why? Because Jared and Ivanka themselves made $82 million just last year alone, including $3.9 million from Ivanka's stake in Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., which has become a way station for foreign dignitaries looking to curry favor with the president. And that includes the Saudis booking 500 rooms to the tune of $270,000 just after Trump's election. As of today, Ivanka Trump has been granted a total of 21 trademarks from the Chinese government during Trump's term. Now, you might remember Ivanka-branded products from when Kellyanne Conway violated federal ethics rules by using her position to start hawking Ivanka's clothes on air.
30 seconds.
Go buy Ivanka's stuff is what I would tell you. I hate shopping. I'm gonna go get some on myself. This is just, it's a wonderful line. I own some of it. I'm gonna give a free commercial here. Go buy it today, everybody. You can find it online.
Or maybe you remember them from the press release that the White House issued to journalists promoting Ivanka's branded gold bracelet, starting at $8,800 and going up to $10,800. Or maybe you remember them from Ivanka's RNC speech, which Ivanka herself wasted no time turning into an advertisement to start cashing in on. But wherever you might have heard about her brand, the important thing to note here is that her clothing line brought her more than $5 million last year alone. But amid all of that, there is a saving grace here for Trump, and that's that he only bothered to mention Ivanka and not the rest of his kids, who, surprise, also happen to be making just a little bit of money off of Trump's presidency. So Trump can try and prop up his daughter as some symbol of virtue, but it doesn't take a comparison to Hunter Biden to make Ivanka Trump look like the shameless grifter that she is as a result of her dad's job as president.